because you're enough. Point blank, period. Understanding our role as a stepmom. Now, let's be honest. Being a stepmom is a pretty unique role, and we have to appreciate that role. I feel like you're on that fine line of I'm the kiddo's friend and I'm a parental figure, right? So I feel like that's why it's unique, because you're really just like a bonus. You're really in addition to the kids. So just having a role as a step parent, I feel, is a beautiful thing. But I feel like it's so special. It really is special. Personally, my partner and I, we called my stepdaughter to wish her a happy birthday, and the first thing she said was, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, I'm 4, just like my sister," talking about my daughter. And I was like, oh snap. Because I feel like when you sign up for this in the beginning, you're kind of just doing it, right? But then once you really develop a relationship with the kids, and then when the kids develop a relationship with your kid and they're like calling each other brother and sister like nothing, for me, that's when you're like, oh snap. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I feel like that happens to me a lot, is when I see my daughter and my stepkids really blending together like they are 100% siblings. Like they don't have different parents, they're just one. It's so beautiful to me. So I feel like really just appreciating the role that you have as a stepmom, a step parent, is truly something that's beautiful. Why your contribution as a stepmom matters regardless of external input or appraisal, right? I feel like we get stuck in this world of wanting to people please and wanting to get kudos, right? Life is too short for that. Let's be real. Life is too short to be worried about what other people think about you and how you contribute to the people and the kids in your life, right? I feel like we can get stuck on that. I mean, myself, I have gotten stuck on that. Sometimes I feel like I get a little stuck on that, but I'm like, I've been doing this for 3 years now. I'm good, right? Like, I don't need other people's appraisal or other people's input, bio moms, my family. I don't need it because I know what I signed up for and I'm happy with it. I'm not saying that it's the easiest task. It's rewarding. However, if you know what you signed up for, if you know that you have good intentions in this and it has developed and it has grown, that's all you need. Because at the end of the day, you are a bonus. You are an addition to your stepkid's life. And they see it. They may not recognize it all the time, right? They're growing kids. It's a lot of learning, teaching. But they see it. They see that you're there for them. They see that they have a lot more love maybe than other kids. And I feel like that's what you have to appreciate. That's what you have to tell yourself, is that you are enough. You're an amazing step parent. And that the kids see that. You don't have to get kudos from bio mom or your family. Because actions speak louder than words, right? So if your stepkids see your actions, I mean, that speaks volumes, right? You don't need the appraisal of the bio moms. You don't. Because at the end of the day, you're doing it for the kids. You're not doing it for the bio moms or the bio parents. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself and you're doing it for the kids. Because that's you. I don't know. I've always been a multitasker of sorts. When I first had my real job, 9 to 5, I put kids on the bus in the morning because their parents had to be at work super early, so I had to be at their house at 6. That's how I started my day. 6 o'clock in the morning to put 2 kids on the bus, make sure they were ready, fed, all of that. Once that was done, I went to my 9 to 5. After that, I did a closer at a retail store. But I was always on the go. Some people aren't meant for this life, right? It could be a lot, but it's not impossible. I mean, think about it. Our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, they had like 9, 10, 15 siblings. I have 4 children in total, 3 step kiddos. I'm good. I think I'm good. So if you can handle it, great. If not, that's okay. But you have to give it your all. And I mean, I just feel like it's an amazing thing to be another positive figure in your children's lives, because the world we live in is pretty crazy, right? We need a lot more love in this world. So waiting on approval or appraisal from a bio mom or bio parent, you don't need it. You truly don't need it. And also that means letting go of unrealistic expectations, which is getting the appraisal from your from the bio parents, from the kids' bio parents, because if you know who they are, if you know that they could possibly still be in their feelings that you are in the kids' lives, it may not ever happen. And I feel like that's what you need to let go of. It may not ever happen. You may never get a, hey, thanks, Tony. Thank you for being such an amazing stepmom. Thank you. Because you may never get that. But you need to tell that to yourself. Hey, you're doing great. You're an amazing stepmom. You're an amazing step-parent. Kudos to yourself. You don't need anybody else to do that for you. And then you need to channel that into focusing on the relationships that actually matter, right? Which are the relationships you're building with your stepchildren. The relationship with your partner. Just being a solid foundation as a family for the children, because let's be real, a lot of people come from blended families, and a lot of those relationships aren't always the best. So if you can break that and just build a genuine, great family, like, for me, that's awesome. And it's just showing love and affection too, like lots of hugs. I love hugs. I didn't have a lot growing up, but I am trying to be better than what I feel like I received growing up, which is trying to be more affectionate. And I try to definitely do like 2 to 3 hugs a day. I'm trying, but I'm telling you, hugs matter. Hugs matter. You know, if it's a stressful day, just bring it in. Bring it on in, because that's what matters. Those relationships matters, not waiting on the validation from bio moms. I'm sorry. The relationships that you have with your step kiddos and your partner matter the most. Building your confidence as a stepmom. Building up your self-esteem. Being a step-parent, being a stepmom is hard. It's hard. I feel like, you know, we can get stuck in watching all these TikTok and Instagram videos of blended family and all these happy families, but I feel like no one's really talking about what really goes on, right? You're working your 9 to 5. You're a stepmom of a big blended family, multiple bio parents, managing schedules, managing out-of-state exchanges. I mean, this is your life, right? So sometimes when you're looking at other people and you're like, they're making it sound real simple. I don't know. I just feel like more people need to be talking about this because it exists, right? This is not something that I'm making up. This is something that exists. People are going through legal battles. People are going through, challenges with co-parenting. I mean, this is like a big deal. So just building that confidence within yourself, I think, can help you navigate through, adversity, navigating through, different challenges and different obstacles that may come up while being a stepmom. So having that, good self-esteem within you could just help you get through the mud. And really just redefining what success means to you as a stepmom, right? It can be hard. But for me, it's celebrating small wins. Not everything has to be a huge win. I feel like sometimes we get stuck in seeing the big picture of things, and that could be very overwhelming, especially if your kids are young. Every year, every few months, there could be a challenge. So sticking within like your day-to-day and celebrating the wins within your day, I feel like those are the wins that matter, because a successful exchange is a win, right? Just getting through a week without fighting, bickering back and forth, that's a win. The kids speaking to their bio parents when they're in your care, that's a win. And also showing the kids that even though you and the bio parents may not see eye to eye, showing them that you still want them to have relationships with their bio parents when they're with you. That speaks volumes, right? Because one thing is to be like, hey, I'm a stepmom. Another thing is to be like, well, I'm a stepmom. You don't need to be talking to your mom, or you don't need to be talking to your dad while you're in my care. No. Why? You need to be a positive role model for your step kiddos and your children, period. So if they see from you that you're the bigger person and that you want them to have great relationships with their parents, I mean, that's great. That's awesome. Because I feel like adults can act more childish than your own children. So if you can actually be an adult and show your children that you're a bigger person, that's awesome. And that's what really matters. So trusting your intentions, trusting that you have good morals is all you need. You don't need validation from anyone, because it's gonna come. It's gonna come tenfold. You don't need validation because you know you're enough. You know you have great intentions. You know that you're being positive and that you're giving all of your good energy to the blended family dynamic that you have. And that's all that matters. Not the bio parents saying that, hey, you're a good stepmom, thank you so much. You don't need that. You don't need that, because you're enough. Point blank, period. Over and out.